Welcome back, bookworm. Today the topic is going to be analyzed. The poem Frost at Midnight by S.T Coleridge first. I will explain the summary. Then themes. First theme childhood, second theme is nature, and the third theme is memory. And then critical appreciation and conclusion, and at last 15 literary devices in Frost at Midnight 1, Imagery 2, Personification 3, Symbolism 4, Metaphor 5, Alliteration 6, Assonance 7, Consonance 8, Enjambment 9, Caesura 10, Blank verse 11, Juxtaposition 12, Pathetic fallacy 13, Allusion 14, Apostrophe 15, Symbolism of fire and ice. Some additional points to consider in your analysis of Frost at Midnight. Summary: Frost at Midnight is a poem by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, written in 1798. It is a reflection on the poet's childhood memories and his love of nature. The poem is set on a cold winter night, when the poet is sitting by his son's cradle. He watches the frost form on the window pane and reflects on the beauty of the natural world. He also remembers his own childhood, when he would spend hours exploring the countryside. The poem ends with a prayer for his son, that he may grow up to love nature as much as his father does. Themes. The main themes of Frost at Midnight are childhood, nature, and memory. Childhood is a recurring theme in Coleridge's poetry, and Frost at Midnight is no exception. The poet reflects on his own childhood memories with fondness, and he hopes that his son will have a similar experience. He also uses the image of the child sleeping peacefully in his cradle to symbolize the innocence and purity of childhood. Nature is another important theme in the poem. Coleridge sees nature as a source of beauty, peace, and inspiration. He describes the frost patterns on the window pane as a living thing, and he marvels at the silent ministry of the frost. He also believes that nature can teach us important lessons about life and morality. Critical appreciation. Critics have praised Frost at Midnight for its beauty, its emotional depth, and its philosophical insights. The poem has been called a masterpiece of romantic poetry and one of the most perfect poems in the English language. Conclusion. Frost at Midnight is a poem that speaks to the human heart. It is a reminder of the beauty and wonder of the natural world, the innocence of childhood, and the importance of preserving memories. It is a poem that will continue to touch readers for generations to come. 15 literary devices in Frost at Midnight. Coleridge uses a number of literary devices in Frost at Midnight. 1. Imagery. Example: a living thing, a shape, a form, an apparition. Analysis. Coleridge uses vivid imagery to describe the frost patterns on the window pane, creating a sense of wonder and mystery. The personification of the frost as a living thing adds to its allure. Second, personification. Example: the frost performs its silent ministry. Analysis. The poet attributes human qualities to the frost, suggesting that it has a purpose and intention. This personification emphasizes the active role of nature in the poem. Third, symbolism. Example: the silent ministry of frost. Analysis. The frost symbolizes the quiet, transformative power of nature. It represents the gentle and subtle changes that occur in the natural world. Fourth metaphor. Example: the owl a herald to the tardy night. Analysis. The owl is metaphorically compared to a herald, suggesting that it announces the arrival of night. This metaphor adds to the poem's atmosphere of quiet contemplation. 5. Alliteration. Example: a living thing, a shape, a form, an apparition. Analysis. The repetition of the L sound creates a soft, lyrical quality, emphasizing the gentle and peaceful nature of the scene. 6. Assonance. Example: a living thing, a shape, a form, an apparition. Analysis. The repetition of the long I sound creates a sense of awe and wonder, enhancing the mystical quality of the frost patterns. 7. Consonance. Example: the silent ministry of frost. Analysis. The repetition of the S sound creates a hissing sound, suggesting the quiet and peaceful nature of the scene. 8. Enjambment. Example: a living thing, a shape, a form, an apparition. Analysis. The enjambment between these lines creates a sense of anticipation and suspense, drawing the reader's attention to the next line. 9. Caesura. Example. The silent ministry of frost works through the night. Analysis. The caesura in this line creates a pause, emphasizing the quiet and contemplative nature of the scene. 10th. Blank verse. Analysis. The poem is written in unrhymed iambic pentameter, which gives it a natural and flowing rhythm. This form is well suited to the contemplative and reflective tone of the poem. 11th. Juxtaposition. Example. The juxtaposition of the peaceful domestic scene with the wild natural world outside the window. Analysis. This contrast highlights the tension between the human world and the natural world, and it emphasizes the importance of nature in human life. 12th pathetic fallacy. Example. The silent ministry of frost. Analysis. The poet attributes human qualities to the natural world, suggesting that nature is conscious and intentional. This device helps to create a sense of wonder and mystery. 13. Allusion. Example. The allusion to the biblical story of the creation of the world. Analysis. This allusion suggests that the frost patterns on the window pane are a miniature version of the creation of the world. 14th apostrophe. Example. O silent night, O silent night. Analysis. The poet directly addresses the night, treating it as if it were a person. This device helps to create a sense of intimacy and connection with the natural world. 15th. Symbolism of fire and ice. Example. The contrast between the warm fire in the room and the cold frost outside. Analysis. This contrast symbolizes the tension between the human world and the natural world, as well as the tension between life and death. Here are some more points to consider in analysis of Frost at Midnight. The poem is written in first person, which allows the reader to feel close to the speaker and his thoughts and emotions. The poem is written in blank verse, which gives it a natural and flowing rhythm. The poem is full of sensory details, which help the reader to visualize the scene. The poem is a meditation on the nature of time and memory. The poem is a celebration of the beauty and wonder of the natural world.